simple, and we're just gonna be changing the bumper. So let's get started. One second, guys, trying to get you in the tripod. There we go. All right. So I've got to go up under here and take these 2 bolts out on either side. Not too difficult. I just did it with my other truck, which is not here right now, or I'd show you. And for some reason, my impact wrench doesn't want to work today. So I'm going to go grab my other one real quick. Oh, let's go get it. Yeah, this thing is not responsive. Might be the battery. Let's go check that out. That's weird. Put the battery back on there that I had. All right, let's see what happens. Yep, so something's wrong with that battery. I'll get some cardboard to lay on because it's kind of wet and muddy out here. I've been staining that today, but I wanted to take a break from looking up at the sky, so I'm gonna look up underneath the truck for a while. All right. So I've been uploading a bunch of videos lately with the other truck, showing all the upgrades I'm doing to that. So you guys feel free to check out the other videos on my channel. Let's see what we got here. Thing's been under 20 years, he still comes out. Uh-oh. Oh, I see the problem. I don't have it turned all the way up. That's what, 27 years of dirt and rust that just fell out. Oh yeah, I totally just got stain all over my, well, these aren't really new pants, but they're some of my nicer ones. All right, let's get this other side down and try not to drop a bumper on my face. Oh shit, I just broke the bit off. That ain't good. I'm sure I got another floating around. If I can get it out of the... Yeah, it came out. All right, well, let's go look for another. I'm sure I own half a dozen or more of them. Just finding them is the real challenge. So, this little sneak peek into the next video, kind of ruining it, like the idea of, you know, a reveal, but I'm doing my, what do you call that, window visors. I've paint matched them white. I've got to do some wet sanding today and then hit another coat of clear coat because the can I was using was coming out kind of chunky. So I think I've got one in here. Somewhere in here. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. Told you I had one in there. All right, let's get back to it. I knew that other one was gonna break eventually because I'd already broken it once. And that's the cheap Milwaukee ones. This is the super cheap Northern Tool one, and it seems like it's actually made of metal, the Milwaukee ones. Hey, what's up, Jame Molina? What's up? And you got Sandeep Yadav. Where are you from? I'm from the United States. Christian, what's up, man? So, let's get this off of here. This one's stuck in the socket still. There we go. All right. Oh, wow. You see where I've started to flare the end of the socket out? Yeah, this is probably going to be its last haul, y'all. The last hurrah for the socket. Yep, that was it for the socket. I think she just cracked. No? Let's try the other bolt. Took that one out. So took that one out. Oh, it's getting warm. Get out of there. There we go. Let's try to get this one out. It doesn't want to comply. There it goes. All right. So I just did this on my 2006, and gotta say that extra 7 years of rust made a difference. Also, this truck was from upstate New York. It was a plow truck, so that doesn't help things. Got to get the heavy hammer. Oh, and I'm going to be paint matching my bug shield as well if I don't break it in the meantime. So that is 21 years old and it's a little brittle. Cloud bread, 42 people's looking for this. What's up, man? What's up, Chloe Barnes? All right. So if I do drop this on my face, not much harm can be done. It's not like it was that great of a face to start with. All right. Last time I did this, I had another person helping, so this could get interesting. All right. Just gonna put me out of the way. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Try to set you guys right here. Oh man, souvenirs. Probably make sure that the license plate lights are unplugged first, right? That makes sense. Instead of ripping out the wiring harness like I did on the other bumper. Yeah, I got a bunch of materials just falling out. There's a bunch more up there. That's what happens when you use it as a work truck. And of course, I'm realizing this is something that should have been done before I started doing this. I should have taken out that harness beforehand, and I got ahead of myself. These should just twist out. Yep, got that one out. And let's not break my hand. Got that one out. Now let's see. I gotta smack that a couple more times. Ew. Anyway, couldn't find my gloves. All right, let's try this again. Thing's so heavy because it's full of rocks. All right, so there's more wiring harness attached under here. Get out of there. Ow. Okay, so it's a good time to clean, I suppose. I was going to paint this today, and I might still. Got to dry it up though. That is full of mulch and rocks. We got a nice spare tire under there. Whew. All right, let's open that new bumper up and see if it's even the right one. Oh, I meant to show you all this the last time I was live. See these bearings, or attempt at bearings? So customer stated their vehicle's tire just locked up going down the road. And lucky for them, they had just got off the interstate before it happened. That could have been pretty bad. So, that was actually a pretty easy hub bearing to change. It was like a 15-minute job. Not the bearing, but the whole hub, because it already came pre-packed, pre-set up for the bearings. And I'm used to working on stuff like this where you've got to pack your own bearings, and the hub weighs 100 pounds. So that was a real treat, not having to do all that. Ooh. And I'm sure I just cut the whole chrome piece into a nice... Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. So I have open things where I've just obliterated what was inside like that. There's a dog barking at me. Okay. So this looks like it might be the right one. I got some fresh cardboard to lay on for the next job. Oh, it came with new lights and a wiring harness. That's cool. I'm imagining this is the braces, but I'll probably put the old ones on because these don't even feel as heavy. They might be. They got some weight to them. Let's open these up real quick. Where'd I put my knife at? Oh, I'm really good at hiding things from myself. So the other day, speaking of work gloves, I was helping a customer out and couldn't find my left glove. And we went looking. We went and looked in the customer's vehicle. Went all over the shop looking. And then I looked down at my left hand, and there it was. Oh, these should be just fine. These feel pretty heavy. Oh, yeah. So this is like a direct car part brand replacement from carparts.com. And this is a hell of a lot stronger than the ones that came with the other bumper I bought off of Amazon. But I imagine the stuff on Amazon is not as good, because that other bumper weighed like, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds, and this one weighs 60, 70 pounds easily. So, and I paid more for the one on Amazon. So I know where to buy good quality stuff from now on, and that's carparts.com. So these are the same. I'm just going to put them back how they were. Now I don't even have to paint them. That's what's up. Some sharp stuff on this, though. Oh, shiny. Okay, I'm gonna put it. We'll put it together, I guess, while it's in the box. Just doing this one-handed ain't easy, y'all. And it gives me a chance to where the hell? Oh, okay. I was looking for those. I didn't want to use the old stuff. So the only thing is I'm going to still use the old plates, because the old plates are solid, and I don't know. No, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do something different. I'll save the hardware. I don't know why. I'm weird. Okay. try to set y'all guys somewhere convenient. When you're a low-budget YouTuber, everything is a tripod. So take this smoker that I got for free, for instance. There we go. You know, I would say your name, but I don't know what it is, but it ends with 9646. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. I really do. Clean up the old stuff first, innit? What old stuff? I've got. Ooh, these new bolts, they freaking stink. It's probably the packing grease they use, but it smells kind of like dog shit. I forgot I'm allowed to cuss a little bit on YouTube, not much. All right. Yeah, so far off the bat, I'm really impressed with the quality of this one, and this was like $200. This is on my personal vehicle. So what I did, I made a video about it, what I made my first year as a monetized YouTuber, and I just uploaded that last week. I'm not going to tell you how much I made the first year, but I took all the money that I made from the YouTube channel and I bought stuff to make more content, but also make my vehicles, well, to restore my vehicles to the best, you know, with what I made. And it wasn't enough to do a full restoration, but it's enough to make a big impact on how these trucks look. And this one, I just needed a fuel pump, so I was able to afford that. So I really appreciate all the viewers and subscribers that made that happen. Okay, so I got these in, and I'm just going to leave them loose like that so I can adjust them. And that way, because I know that it all moves independent and I had to tweak the other one quite a bit, I'm hoping I can get this in there by myself. I really hope so. What's up, boy? 2024. What am I building? I'm putting a new bumper on this old, I'd call it a shit box, and it kind of is, but I'm putting it all back together. I put some new taillight lenses on there, but it needs a lot of work, a lot of work. All this is rust, so I put bed liner on that like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Front bumpers, I hit a telephone pole in the rain when I was like 19. So yeah, so I hit a telephone pole when I was like 19, and it's kind of embarrassing because I was trying to drift, and I wrapped around the block and lost control and hit a telephone pole, and there happened to be this one guy standing there laughing his ass off. Just, you know, it was anyway. So I've got a lot of work to do. I took the axle shafts out like 13 years ago because the four-wheel drive kept locking up on the interstate. Like, even if it was in two-wheel drive, it kept engaging. So so I got a lot of work to do on this truck. And anything that I make off of YouTube, I have nice landscaping and stuff, but I'm a landscaper, so I literally have just done all this with leftover material. And like, if I do a job, I order an extra plant or a little extra rock, and that's how I've made this. This was a condemned hoarder's house when I bought it, and for the last 6 years I've been putting a lot of work into it. So I don't have a lot of money to put into, you know, playing with vehicles, but it's something I really am passionate about. So whatever I make from YouTube, I put right into these trucks. And it's my goal one day to be able to actually come and swap this truck, or to put a, what's that other engine, a two-stroke Detroit. So that would be cool. So got this out. Good. And it's sharp on the edges, so I gotta be careful. If it slips, it's gonna cut the shit out of me. But it looks really, really nice. I don't know what all this liquid is. I'm guessing somehow or another water got on it. I don't know. Could just be assembly lube or moisture or something that doesn't feel like water. Alright, so I gotta set this down, get you guys repositioned. Here's the difference between the new one and the old one. Jordan Taylor 87. I wouldn't say that, man. I would just say that I saved money on delivery and bought it a ton at a time. So, I don't know. But, yeah, there's a huge difference in quality there. And this one is just minty bone stock. I mean, I was really scared I was going to get some cheapo Chinese knockoff. And this thing looks like it's actual Ford. This has 800-pound capacity for this bumper. And the other one that I got off Amazon that was so light, and I put it on my other truck. And if it gives me any trouble, I'm going to send the other one back, but then I'm going to order one because these were cheaper off of carparts.com than the one I got on Amazon for my truck. And this thing weighs 3 times as much. And this one's got an 800-pound capacity, whereas the one I put on the other truck, I doubt it has a 300-pound capacity. So, long story short, if that one fails, I'll buy one off carparts.com, and then it'll be right. I made that way harder than it needed to be. All right, let's try to get this thing up here. It's not easy with 2 people, so I imagine all sorts of fun with 1 people. Okay. Way to make the rest of the truck look like a turd. That's what I noticed. Every time I put a nice part on, it makes something else look like total crap. So, just gives me the motivation to keep it going, right? So now I got to get under here and hopefully not F myself up a lot here. But I think I can do it. I just got to get it way up there without dropping the bumper on the ground or myself. Try to get it positioned so y'all can actually see what I'm doing. Just use the pack wrench for a second. All right, stay put. There you go. Need a real tripod, y'all. Started to like GoFundMe for a tripod. I used to have like professional tripods, and then they were in my garage when it burned down, and I just haven't gotten any sense. So I'm not gonna get this damn thing to stay put. I'm just gonna try to one-hand wing it. I'm gonna use this old bracket because it's already in there. It's holding itself, so I'm just gonna feed this up in there. Let's try to get it up there. Okay, I hope that this works. Oh man. Things I do for YouTube. Anyway, I enjoy working on my truck. I really do. It's just nice to have an extra set of hands. There we go. Oh, I just had it in place and it doesn't want to. It's like it'll stay anywhere but the right place. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Can I give the reach around from the top? Nope. No reach arounds. All right. Neighbors probably think I'm making OnlyFans on the other side of the fence. Maybe I am with my truck. Get in the hole. Yeah, now they definitely think I am. What's like $10 at the store? Oh, tripods? Yeah, I know. I used to have ones that were like telescopic and they go between like 2 feet, 10 feet tall and super stable. All right, hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing here. Damn it. 1 second, guys. I'm struggling. All right, I'm back. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I'm just not able to do everything at once. Come on. See, the thing is, this is a 2-bolt bracket, and it has 2 bolts already fused together like this. So getting them both to line up simultaneously is not the easiest thing to do while your other hand is holding the bumper together. All right, come on, get in the hole. All right, now we got it. 1 sec. Gosh darn it. I'm fighting with this, man. Trying to get this to stay its ass put for y'all. 1 second. I can get one side in, not the other. Whew. Damn. You know what? I'm just gonna put the new bolts in there and say hell with it. That way they're independent. Oh my God, that was so much easier. Look at that. Okay. Where's the nut? I'll just grab another one. I don't know how that turned into an ab workout, but it did. All right, got that side on. All right, see if y'all can see that. Or y'all just be looking at the big bald spot on the back of my head. All right, so much easier. I don't know why I gotta make shit hard on myself, but always trying to put everything back how it was. So this is what was in there. And if you notice, this is all twisted up because I beat the shit out of it with a hammer. And that's why I didn't want to go back together like it was supposed to. Whew. All right, back under we go. All right, now to the other side. I gotta find that other nut that I lost somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, if the live video was a fat guy wheezing, you got the right one. Or if the one you were looking for was a fat guy wheezing. Anyway. So, now I gotta get this plate out of here because I'm not fighting with it again like I did on the other side. This thing's about rusted out anyways. All right. Got the wiring harness in the way, of course. All right. I'm just gonna push these bolts. That one up top. Just gonna put that one in and hope for the best here. Gosh knows, man, that thing's shiny. Hopefully it stays that way. I know sometimes you get that cheap Chinese chrome and it looks good till it rains. All right, can y'all see? Yeah, y'all can see. I'm not a left-handed person, so this is extra difficult. Mouthful of rust, delicious. Don't be up. Well, y'all gotta check that one guy out on YouTube. He's I don't know what he does, but he's always like, I don't care if they say Doritos are bad for you. He's like, you know what else was bad for me? Smoking, crack under a bridge. And then he always finishes every video with, don't be a pussy. So I imagine he was probably actually about that life, because some of his stories are pretty out there. All right. Well, we did it almost. At least it's not going to fall on me now. why they call this channel Donut Charlie, because y'all are getting an advanced tutorial while I beat the hell out of myself. Hopefully y'all can still see it. I'll be grabbing the phone in just a second for you guys to show you what I'm doing here. All right, probably cross-threaded it. The impact wrench will figure it out. All right, so if y'all are just getting here, I am changing the bumper on my 99 F250 shitbox edition, and it's so far going pretty good. Fake mechanic? Well, I mean, I don't know what makes me a real mechanic. I guess I have to be inside of a dim, dark building and have a lift. I guess the lift makes me a real mechanic, but we don't all have lift money, and I still get my projects done pretty good. I appreciate you retracting that, but it's already said, and I really don't care. It doesn't matter to me. So, why do I keep it? Because it was my first vehicle. It's sentimental to me, so, and I just stuck that on there, and one day it is coming off because I'm going to be replacing the tailgate, but I will be fully restoring this truck back to new. It's just funny in the meantime because this truck was like brand new the day I bought it. I got this truck for $3,000. It was a 1999. I bought it in 2009. Had 100,000 miles on it. I've put about 115,000 on it since I bought it. And I bought that in 2009, so I don't drive it much. And then I sold this truck back in 2014 and bought it back in 2018. Sold it for $4,500, bought it back for $3,000, and the guy let it sit. He never even drove it. He drove it home and he parked it. And one day I was driving down the road and I was like, oh, that's my truck. And I just couldn't let it sit there. So it's back here again, and I'm piecing it together one day at a time. Wow, that's actually magnetic. That's interesting. Okay. Never seen a magnetic nut before. Or I'm just having a stroke. I'm not sure which one. Where the heck is my 3/8 inch drive? There we go. There's my 3/8. Yeah, that's funny. Addition, yeah. It's 50 likes, chat. Thanks. I don't know much about all the different kinds of likes and supers and all that stuff. I'm trying to figure it all out, but well, I probably shouldn't tighten them because I still have a lot of adjusting to do. But leave it just a little tight so I can adjust it if need be, which it's still too tight. Uh-oh, too loose. Uh-oh, like all the way loose it came out. Great. All right, let's get it back in there. Okay. Yeah, hold on a second. All right. Oh, come on. All right, now I got that nut back on. Glad I didn't drop both of them out and knock the teeth out in the process. All right, so that's probably loose enough. Let's see. Come on. I'm gonna lock my screen real quick because it wants to keep giving me a hard time here. All right, much better. We're back. All right, if y'all are just joining, I'm trying to do this one-manned, and it's probably a 70, 80-pound bumper with the brackets on it. So, not the most complicated, but not the easiest either. All right, so I got to get this up and see, I left it just tight enough. that I can adjust it so that it, all right, we got tilt, shoot. All right, so that looks like a good height. I probably should have measured where the old one sat, but we're just gonna go by how I feel about it. And I feel like that's pretty good right there. So I'm gonna tighten those in. If y'all haven't liked and subscribed yet, feel free to do it. And if you haven't seen my videos before, I do a lot of DIY projects working on vehicles, and I smoke meat, and I just pretty much show you all my hobbies. So I've got 2 project trucks I'm working on at the same time, and one is a 2006 Power Stroke, and the other one is this, which is just a gasser V8, but I'm going to be changing that hopefully soon with this truck. I want to put a Cummins 12 valve into this truck, or if I could find one, it'd be super cool. I'd like to put a Detroit's 2-stroke. I think that'd be cool. All right. All right, let's see if I can get this to where y'all can see that. That's all I want y'all to see. So while I work on this, and I don't know, I'll just fold some cardboard, see if it'll stand up on that. Let's see what we got going on here. Whoever said earlier I'm not a real mechanic, you can damn sure say I'm not a real cameraman. Because I am struggling, y'all. Usually I have my nephew with me or something, and I can just hand him the camera, but now I know how my dad felt when my mom wasn't home. And he had us kids freaking raised because we were probably terrible. Come on. How the fucking... Am I spinning it? Yeah, I was going the left way. Wasn't going the right way. Where did it fall? Where did it fall? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, let's try that again. Problem with these new bolts is they want to move around so damn much. They're so slippery because they put some kind of packing oil on them, which I guess is better than the alternative of getting a box of rusty nuts and bolts. But yeah, that assembly lube kind of makes them hard to get to stay still. All right, now we're going righty. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can get this side up. Oh yeah, it's going up. See, you can do it by yourself. Okay. All right, so now I've just got to do some tweaking, and that's where I'm gonna get you guys set up. Right here is a great place. Y'all can tell me if I'm getting it level or not, because it helps to have another set of eyes, you know? If I get like 500 sets of eyes on this, I'm sure I can have the most level bumper you've ever seen. All right, hold on a second. Let's get this camera angle right. Now I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a master of like 2. So, but this is one of my things I am actually pretty good at when I have somebody to help me, or, you know, lift, and I don't have one here. So, working with what I got. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Get this side tighter. Problem I've noticed is when I would tighten one side on the other bumper, it would bring the other side down. So I had to fight with it quite a bit. right. And the left side came down, you see. I was supposed to be watching and telling me that it was getting lower, so I need to, let's see what happens. Oh, too much. Does that look good? I think it's right there, right in the pocket. Oh. Got less than 2 fingers here. I got a little more 2 fingers here. I'm right at 2 fingers there. And a little low here. That's a hell of a lot better. Now we're leaning in some. It appears to. Man, I never noticed how bumpers, I always thought they're flat all the way across. They're actually slanted on each side. I guess that's so rain doesn't sit on them. Okay, we're almost there. All right. Shit. Well, it looks pretty level. See how many kinds of rocks we got in here. We got lava rock, some kind of rock, other kind of, oh, that's river rock. This is some kind of river rock. There's a bunch of mulch, moldy ass mulch. Yep, all that came out of there. Oh, look at those rocks. Glad those didn't fall out with somebody tailgating me. That would have been not good. Yeah, I know, never tussin layins. Yeah, that's what I was saying, it fights me. And what I'm gonna end up doing is coming back through here at the end of the day with my nephew, and I'm gonna have him hold one side still while I get the other side. I'm gonna use a tape measure and measure. This is how I got the other one perfect. Measure that gap as I go back and forth and get it dialed in. So now this is another project I'm working on over here. Getting the window visors paint matched. Getting my bug deflector paint matched. I just wanted to do this today to get some freaking room back in my garage. And gotta get these lights in now. And next week, or tomorrow if it's not raining, I'm gonna be doing the front bumper on this, which is probably gonna be way, way harder because I just did the front bumper on my other truck. I took it all apart and painted the frame behind it. So that was a another one of those, hey, you need 2 or 3 people to do it right, or a good, like, some kind of shoplift or something. But let me get this bag open real fast. Now, I'm not going to use the new wiring harness. I'll save it because it's already got one. But got these little, I guess you call them fixtures I got to put in. And I got to find where that cap went for the trailer ball there because I don't need it to be open like that. I've got an actual real hitch. So these just pop in like that, I suppose. There you go. Seems like as easy as that was, they just do it at the factory, but maybe they have a reason. All right. If y'all haven't liked and subscribed yet, I ask that y'all do, because I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel, and this is a big pain in the butt, so I hope that some of you guys learned something here. I think the real lesson would be to get somebody to help you that isn't gonna drop it on your face while you're working. All right, so this one goes up in here. And these just twist lock. I mean, once you feel it set down in there, it's just this. So that right there, once you feel it set in the hole, it just twist locks. If I can get it actually rotate into the hole. I'm glad that these old ones match up to the new one, and it's in. So now this little doohickey that I never use, I'm gonna figure out how the old one was mounted. And I also want to put a plate there. Yeah, I might just tape it up in here, just out of the way like that, so it won't be hurting nothing. And I'll, you know, tuck it off to the side and hide it. I'm gonna replace this sacked out piece of junk. And at least this hitch on this truck is hidden behind the bumper. I don't have to worry about painting it too much. I'll get the receiver part, you know, painted. But Manny Comac, what's up? What's up? Yep, so I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get it for right now. As I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all watching. If y'all haven't liked, do so. If you haven't subscribed, definitely, because I've got a lot more content coming up. Please go check out my other videos. I put a lot of work into them, and it's all about this kind of stuff. And I edit out all the, well, not all the good stuff, but just the blank, awkward pauses where I'm unable to show you guys what I'm doing. But anyway, next project is we're replacing the front bumper. As I said, I ran into a telephone pole, and this is where a tow strap broke and came back. And I'm gonna end up paint matching the hood and the roof because it's going out. Got this big old dent to get out of here. That was, don't let people drive your truck. Just don't let people drive your truck. Because that happened when this happened. And I had a guy say, hey man, I know how to pull this truck out of the mud, because I was trying to help somebody get their truck out of the mud. And he jumped in my truck, he hauled ass, snapped the rope came back, and then the shackle hit the tailgate, and then he slid sideways and hit a tree. And this truck didn't even have a scratch, a dent, nothing on it yet. This was when I first bought it. And he said, oh man, I got you first thing tomorrow. I'm gonna come over, I'm a body dude, you know, I could fix all this and that. And he bought my number. So anyway, don't let people drive your shit unless you feel like fixing it yourself. And I just put these tow mirrors on here. This truck does not have power mirrors, but I put these tow mirrors off my 06 on here because it used to have the little dog ear mirrors. These do have heat, they have turn signal, running light, and power adjust. So I will be wiring my own harness to have all those functions again. It's not going to be like too difficult, but it's going to be time consuming. But I'm going to be bringing you guys in on that. And if you notice that right there on the door is broken, and this one is right here, it's fine. Once again, when you let people use your stuff, it's going to get messed up. And you're going to get a bunch of, I don't know how this happened. And what happened is the person I let use this truck had somebody with them who had a bad attitude for some reason. And this is like almost impossible to break off. Like this stuff, the plastic is still good. There's nothing wrong with it. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fasteners holding it on there, right? And this is not something that you can just grab onto. Like when it's seated, you really can't grab this. But what you can do, if you want to be a jerk, is use this to go back behind here and break it off. And that's exactly what happened. So, and then they stuck it back up there, because if you play with it for about a minute and get it to go back in its holes, it'll stay put. And then when the person gets back in the truck and they close the door, it falls, and the next person gets to find it, and then the blame's, you know, shifted, obviously. So I know who did it. I know exactly how it happened, and there's a real dirtbag move. So anyway, don't loan what you can't afford to lose, y'all. So before I tune out of here, I know I showed some of y'all, but I just changed this wheel bearing. I wish I went live for that. Look how chewed up this thing is. It is discolored. It got so hot. The customer said, I don't know what happened. My front tire just locked up. And I said, you didn't hear a weird noise for like the last, I don't know, month? Oh yeah, I heard it. Just didn't know what it was. So quick, easy. It was like $100 for this. And they're back on the road. Easiest hub I've ever changed. I've only ever done, because I work on Super Duties. I work on big trucks. I don't work on little trucks. So I was really shocked when I saw that. I was like, is this for a shopping cart? Because it was just that light. So And I finally went and replaced this. Let me show you guys. This is a way bigger deal to me than it will be to y'all. So you see this dent on my hood right here? That just happened because I had a wrench laying right here. And what it was is these old shocks were worn out, and I used a pair of vice grips to hold it. And the vice grip slipped and fell down right here, and it bent my hood. I straightened it out best I can. It was bent up like this. But so I put these new shocks on here yesterday, and this is the first time I've ever actually had the hood work like it was supposed to. So that's a big plus. But yeah, I want to take this big old 330 cubic inch, 200 whopping horsepower gasser out of here and put an old school diesel in here and turn it into either a, you know, Ford with a Cummins, what do they call it, a Fummins, or put like something cool like a Detroit or a Cat 3126 in here. I prefer to stay away from Cat and Ford motors because, or International, because they have electronic parts on the engines, whereas something like a DT360 or a, you know, 12 valve Cummins, it doesn't have any of that. So I think I'm gonna keep it simple and turn this thing into a loud coal rolling rattle can. But anyways, I'll be live again here soon, tomorrow hopefully. I might even get started on the front end today. But if y'all haven't like, subscribe, and I'll check you on the next one. And be sure to go ahead and check the videos I just uploaded on my channel if you like this one. Yeah, Stephen Patterson, you're absolutely right. I would never loan my truck to anyone again. I was way too lenient for way too long. Anyway, thanks for watching, y'all. Have a great day.